Yes, the New York Jets. The New York Jets is back. Miami Dolphins gave them their 8th consecutive losing streak. And, you know, if you're a Dolphins fan, it's got to give you a warm feeling inside. I was very concerned about the rain coming in and the wind coming in. This team playing, the Jets that is, playing semi-competent to make this a tough game. But they went full retard with their quarterback, with their staff. That offense is one of the worst offenses I've ever seen, thankfully. But whatever you got to say about that, Miami Dolphins came in a mash unit, managed to stay relatively healthy, thank God. Not so much for the Jets, but pulled off a gutsy, gut-check victory. This could have been a game where the Dolphins fall flat, but they didn't. This team's beat up. Tua got a lot of talk. McDaniel got a lot of talk. Fangio and the defense got a lot of talk. And every single one of them delivered. The offensive line had problems. Tehran came in, managed to stabilize it enough. But really, Tua and McDaniel working together. You could see, as I've been saying for weeks, the screen game has been picking up. And McDaniel did so much in his play calls to get that pressure relieved so Tua could make some plays. Now, the defense came through. Our first shutout since we shut out the Jets a few years ago. 30-0 to victory. That opening fumble that Wilkins got his 8.5 sacks. He's now up to, which I think this guy's going to go to about 10-5 or something like that, maybe 11. And then Chubb jarring the ball loose, Sealer getting it back, giving us the short field, putting on the touchdown. And you see McDaniel try to run inside, and it didn't work. And the third one, it was supposed to be inside. It got shut down. But Mostert, breaking all-time Dolphin records, first with 19, then adding to a 20, picked up the touchdown. But you could see maybe a little bit more why McDaniel's a little nervous to run inside when he doesn't have Connor and he doesn't have Hunt. The blocking's just not there. Thankfully, we got Mostert. But then we got that second drive where we got down where the Jets decided to do that ridiculous punt. Well, I was so expected. Such a terrible idea. And then we had, I think it was like 27 yards or so. We got the 2 scores, and that put us ahead. But it was the defense with the sacks, led by Chubb. You could add Wilkins in there and Sealer, but Chubb had an unbelievable day. Becton, he was much better when he was healthy, when he first came to the league. I think the guy has been diminished by all the knee injuries. He's just slow. I think he's a backup now, and Chubb victimized him. Chubb, 7 total tackles, 5 solo, 3 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and 3 QB hits. Now, yes, the front's no good, the quarterback's no good, but that was a guy who had a little bit of talk about him, which I think was legit. You paid him a lot of money, but this was a game that you needed him to come through, and he came through big with all the rest of this defense. Howard was out, Holland was out, Elliott was out. And this was a big day for the kid. And his defense drove our victory. But then after that, you got to look. Tua, McDaniel, Mostert, Waddle, and Smythe. No Hill. So all the talk that, you know, the Dolphins can't do anything with Tua, can't do anything with Hill. Now, you got to add, there was no offense. This defense of the Jets was on the field for like 20-something minutes. They were dropping like flies, almost like we were last week. They lost 5 or 6 guys. But the bottom line is Tua made that beautiful play to Berrios for the first down, the beautiful play, the touchdown to Waddle, and then controlled it, got rid of the ball, didn't turn the ball over. He had the one almost turnover-worthy play that wasn't picked off. But he navigated some heavy pressure. He was sacked 3 times today. The run game was no bueno. I think up into the third quarter, we were getting 2 yards per carry. This offensive line it came in its 10th total new group, new set of players. And then Jackson went down, and it was 11th because Lamb went out to the right side. It's not easy. You can see with the Jets, the offensive line makes the NFL world go round. And when it's not there, it gets harder and harder and harder. But Waddle and Tua, to talk, he doesn't go through his reads and all this other stuff. It's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. They came through, but it was McDaniel opening up. See, you could see the difference between McDaniel and Hackett. Hackett is clueless. If Rodgers in there, he'll change everything to the line of scrimmage. All Hackett does goes, Rodgers, did you go? And then Rodgers goes, okay, man, all right, I got it. But without him, this guy is clueless. He didn't set up his quarterbacks, who aren't that good, but didn't set them up for success. With McDaniel, he was stretching out, calling the screenplays, calling the exterior stuff, the easy catches, allowing Tua to get settled and slowing down this rush. And yeah, it was crazy, some of those fourth downs he was going for. I don't know if I'm always happy with them, but they were successful. But McDaniel really showed himself to be a guy to set the table. This was an easier opponent due to a lot of reasons, but it could not have been that way if McDaniel didn't do his job. He did. He got these guys ready. Fangio got these guys ready. Tua took the menu. And, for Tua, the interior pressure is much more difficult. Jackson wasn't good over there. Tehran was. When Lamb came in, I really liked those two edges. I kind of mentioned it a while back. Tua did his thing. He made reads. There was some time where he could go back and get his other reads. He held on to the ball when he had to, just took the sack. Other times he got it out quick. He did a masterful job. It wasn't, world-setting day, but he was 21 for 24. 9.3 yards per catch, 1 TD, 119 quarterback rating, 224. He did what he needed to do to win. McDaniel understood, and the defense came in and locked it all down to make it really no game at all. Now, Mostert, he ended the day with 42 yards, 2.8 average, but there just really wasn't a lot of lanes for him. But he made some extra stuff. This guy is such a good runner. And I'd have to talk about Waddle. 8 receptions, 142, 17.8 yards per catch, 1 TD to 60 long, 9 targets. He was hit 8 out of 9. He stepped up big, made the big plays, created a lot of leverage. And this kid, he keeps getting talked about being the stepbrother, but he got a little ding early and kept on playing through. I got nothing but good things to say about the kid. Loads of respect. I'm praying that Hunt is in next week. We really need him against Dallas. That's going to be a different animal. When we go against teams that just have a defense, sometimes it can be tough. But when they got no offense whatsoever, forget about it. Any team that's totally out of balance on one side or the other, we're going to beat them because we aren't. We have enough big plays on offense and a solid to excel a defense at times that they're not in the game. But Dallas is going to be a real challenge. We need guys to get back. McDaniel made the right call to allow Hill to sit for the week. To not force Hunt back in, to let X sit. A lot of these guys are going to really be helped by that almost 2 weeks of rest. And these last 3 games are going to be critical. Now, Hill missed his first game since 2020. I don't think he's going to miss his second. I'm hoping. We really going to need him next week. And you notice the ref, this is how bad they are, guys. It was illegal contact by us. And then they said he was outside the tackle box. And they go back and they show he's inside the tackle box. These refs are clueless. And, I'm glad we got that call. But you could see how you never know when the roles are going to be flipped. These refs are terrible. Here we are now, 10-4. We are in a great position. We've got this gut check. This is a tough game because of all the challenges of health for us. If it wasn't, it wouldn't have been a challenge really at all. But this Week 16, 17, 18, Dallas at home, Ravens on the road, and Bills at home is going to tell us everything. This was another floor evaluation. The Miami Dolphins have a very high floor. You can have this many injuries, and yeah, I know the Jets are totally terrible on offense, but I don't care. It's not easy to beat an NFL team. Our floor is very, very, very high. Dallas, Ravens, and Bills are going to set the ceiling. But 10-4, we're in this. I said, beginning of the season, it's going to be a fight to the end. Dolphins are in it. We got our chance to beat 3 winning teams, to change the narrative. Let's see how it plays out, but we should all be happy. We should be proud of this team that is so like a piece of meat tenderized with a ham I see my wife use. And they stood up. They stood up. Dolphins in control of the AFC East for another week. Second in the conference, getting ready for this gigantic Dallas game. Be happy. It was a nice, relaxing environment for us all. But get ready. It's going to get tense. Let's hope our Dolphins have it. Nice. I like it. Curtis saying, catch you next time. Be well. Go Fins. Building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.